Hey guys, how are you? Good morning. Oh, thank you. Good morning. Hi. Good morning, guys. I'm just about to start my yes and no. How is everybody? I'm about to start the free yes and no, and also open my list. My tarot is 25, and I take Apple Pay and Amazon Pay, and what's the other pays? PayPal, and what's the other one? Link or something. I don't do Cash App anymore. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start scrying with the amethyst ball. Change it up. Okay, let's see. J-Dub is asking, was Nina with April last night? No. No. But they were with someone romantic. All right. Gabriella, yes. Does Julio miss Naomi? So you're not asking if he misses you? It's confusing. All right, let's see. Marie's asking, should you get another job? So like a secondary job? Or switch the one you have. So I don't understand the question. You got to be clear. All right, let's see. Pauline is asking, should you move on from Wavel? I think I answered that the other day, but let's go ahead and look. No. No, you shouldn't move on yet. Let's see, Summer, will the test that you take today be negative? Test questions are not spiritual. Okay, Skyla, will you finally know what to do in your life? Yeah, if you book an astrology with me, I'll tell you exactly what your destiny is for talents, what you're meant to do. It's called vocational astrology. You can book a session with me and mystery no more. Okay, let's see. D, is Kayla leaving you? Okay. Yes, but then no after that, and then a yes. So up and down. All right, let's see. Shannon, does Tammy and Jennifer, I can't say that word over the stream, over you? No, that's not the root of it. Jolynn, was it Jolynn, right? Let me get the I know you guys are probably used to me being more descriptive. So I know sometimes I get into, I don't see the name. I thought I saw Jolynn. Mexican Barbie. Okay, does your crush think about you? Mm-mm. You've asked several times before. It's something that you ask a lot, which is fine because he's your crush. So, but no, remember I told you that you weren't on his radar exactly, okay? Let's see. Chelsea will. God, these go so fast. I try to answer it and. All right. Let's see. All right. Go ahead and give me his sign, sweetheart, so I can answer that for you. All right, Michaela, are you going to receive an unexpected text from Connor? It's not unexpected. You're expecting it. So, is Connor going to text you? So, I don't know about the text, but I do know that you will go somewhere because I do see his arm around you, but I don't see his focus completely on you like it's supposed to be. I see affection, you know, but I just don't see that he's gonna be fully into you. I think he's using the fact that you're into him, you know, for his benefit. Right? So you gotta watch it with that. Let's see. Ellie, will you and Cece hang out this weekend? So there's an issue with the person that you're asking about. There's a disruptive energy. So I don't know who that is. It could be a family member. All right. That's what's prominent in what I'm seeing. Sally, is Liam secretly watching you from a distance? Okay. Yes, but I don't think it's exactly how you envision it. I think there's more to it, but yeah, there has, on occasion, yes, there has been definitely a yes. Okay, let's see. Maura, what will happen with you and Fernando? So what? You would get a tarot. All right, Shay, will Deshawn reach out to you? This person is jealous over someone else, and them. It's almost like he has a. He's not over somebody, and that person is, or maybe it's a crush or an obsession that he has, but it's almost like he's bothered by someone that he wants, and they're getting close to someone else. There's a jealousy factor in his life. I hope you understand that. Okay, let's see. Jeannie, will R contact you this week? So I don't do letters. If you want to give me the name or the sign, like just all, it's fine with just his sun sign is just fine. Let's see. Jason says I have kind of a gnarly question. Uh-oh. I don't know if I could do gnarly, but I could kind of try. Okay. Maura, will you get back with Fernando? I asked about Fernando a minute ago, right? Yeah. I would say that there's a dominance that he has over you that you don't have over him. And yeah, I do see some closeness, but it's fickle and not stable. Lindsay, is your relationship completely done? Right, so you have to mention the sign of the person because you have many relationships. So I can't ask, vague. You guys realize who I'm talking to, right? Okay. Michelle, will I see Todd tomorrow for your birthday? Okay. Yeah. Well, he has a lot of excitement for it. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, based on the way he feels. So, yeah, he's excited about it. I'm sure he's mentioned something. Okay, Nikki, is the relationship between you and Michael over for good? Okay, Nikki and Michael. No. No, there's some kissy smoochy in the future. He really is into you. There's something very genuine about the way that he cares about you. It would be a shame if patterns continue with you guys, but all right, let's see. Lindsay, is your relationship completely done with the Scorpio? Yeah, his wall is up. So there's two options. Well, three. One, keep scrolling. Two, we could do a deep mind read on him and get to really what he feels. And three, you can just focus on whoever your person is. So focusing on your love life as a whole, or zoom in on the one person that you're interested in and do a deep dive on that person. All right, Monica, is your husband faithful to you? It's, okay. I'll do this one, Monica. Give me something. Yeah, that's what I figured. I would say yes. So, okay, let me explain. Let's look at it technically. A person either was or was not, right? There's no way around it. All right. So, in a technical sense, yes, they have been faithful. However, there's something that's in the way that is causing you to feel otherwise, and that needs to be addressed. And that comes from communication problems and the way that his emotions are growing. Things start up here. And if disconnection grows, people that are very, very close don't just overnight start, seeking care somewhere else. It happens as a slow process. It grows. So it is festering, it is growing. So if you don't address it and take care of it and nourish what's there, then yeah, it will end. Okay, but no, he has not. You need to address all the things, all the elephants in the living room, because there are plenty. I mean, it's a zoo in there. All right, thank you so much. I hope that helps. Chelsea, okay, you need to give his horoscope, sweetheart, Chelsea. Basically his sun sign. Okay, let's see. Okay, is Ian your twin flame? So, okay, I basically know what you're basically asking. Is he your forever person? I'd have to look at your astrology, and I will definitely answer that. I need to look at his and yours. I don't need for this type. I'm a love astrologer. I don't know if you know that. I don't need the time of birth for both of you for the type of chart I'm going to run. I just need if you decide to book it, I would just need your, month, day, year, and his month, day, year. I'll answer all your questions with that. Obviously, when you do, ascendant and all of those things, you're getting into a deep life together, and I'll do that. But that kind of thing, I can definitely look into that. It's already in your chart. If he is yours, if you're his, it'll be in his chart. Okay. Will your husband Danny ever come back to the marriage? Okay. So this is for Ankek. No. He's, I'm surprised you don't know that he's already started a new life. Okay. All right. Katie, is Mike no longer wish to be with you? And does he wants to be with a third party? Okay. Don't worry about the third party right now. Just, does he want to be with you? Some part of him at least want to be with you. Okay, Mike. Katie's asking about Mike. There's a small... There are some feelings there. Does he surf? Is there something with surfing or coastal with him? It's interesting. I see that near him. I don't know if that's like I don't know. Hang on. Let me go back to the question. There's something particular that let's see, Katie. Hang on 1 second. I'm trying to find Katie. Okay, Katie says, wait, no, that's Caitlin. Looking for Katie. I get lost in these. Oh, okay, Caitlin, that is you. Wait, McLeese. Wait. Okay, McLeese. Okay, so note what I'm saying. There's something symbolic about maybe the location. And this is current to him right now. Very. So there's something with where surfing is a theme with him. So if he doesn't particularly surf, then maybe the person he's with is into it, or maybe it's a location, or maybe it's very significant. I don't know how it plays a role because I don't see the story in a full reading. This is just what I'm seeing, okay, to answer your question. It's called speed scrying. Anyway, to answer you, I would say, yeah, there are some feelings, but I just don't see the person coming back per se. I think there's too much change. Okay. All right. Jason, did someone upload a video of Shalin? I don't understand that. I'm sorry. You're asking, yeah, I don't understand the question. Okay. Cosmia, is there marriage for you in 2026? The only way for you to be married in 2026 is for you to meet someone, date. If you're single, don't worry about marriage. Worry about sifting through the dating world and meeting the right one. I think, if you're with someone right now, okay, so then don't beat around the bush. Ask about that one person if their intention is to marry you, if they see you that way. Men know very short time if you're in that category or not. They may not say it. The average man statistically takes anywhere from 1 to about 6 months to propose. That's what's healthy. If you reach the 7-month mark or more, the percentage goes down about 35%. Okay? and on the very rare side, he will ask maybe at the year mark, but that's very rare. After a certain time period, and there's a lot of other things statistically. So you take these statistics from not only research, but a great deal of money is spent on jewelry companies that make engagement rings. That they make a living studying, believe it or not, the business of proposals. Very accurate statistics, because that's how they make a living, is rings. And it's very interesting. I as a love astrologer, do all kinds of research with that. So, yeah. All right. I'm not the type of psychic you want to beat around the bush with. I'll see straight at it, and it bothers me. When I'm answering a question for free, I like straight up. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Chelsea. Will the Cancer in you ever reconcile? Okay, Capricorn and Cancer. Oh, okay, opposites, but interesting. Opposite, that's an example of opposites attract sometimes. Yes. Yes. If you don't have the patience for his stubbornness, a lot of times you have to go chase him. A lot of times the last thing he'll do is come up to you and try to, you have to make it easy for him, or he might just, it's Cancer male language. He's not going to sit there with his heart on a platter, especially if you're a Capricorn. You got to do some. If Capricorns, the problem is usually females like to be pursued big time, and they like it easy, and the person to come to one knee. And I do see that he has the on the knee thing. Yeah, I get that part of him, but he's really frightened by your temper side. You're gonna have to make it easy. He's not gonna sit there, crawling back like that. It's not gonna happen with a Cancer man. All right. Remember, they invented ghosting. All right, let's see. Andre, does Elaine still think about you? They have distinct memories, particularly one where you had fun. It reminds me of like a carnival or a fair kind of thing. Maybe it's a place that has that nearby. That's not important. All I'm saying is that there are very distinct memories that are still enjoyable, that are looked at positively, but I don't think it's on the forefront of his thoughts. I just don't see that it's up, awake, and flourishing. I don't see that. In fact, it's on its way to being asleep, All right, let's see. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Ever heard that? Okay, Gabby, will you see Anthony at his house today before you head back to work? That's a very strange question. It's very weird. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. Okay, I'm a love astrologer and love tarotist. Yeah, I could do readings on any subject, but will I paint my house red? No. Okay, let's see. I think I got to everybody's question. Good. Okay, Clara, is your relationship with Jonathan temporary? Okay. So you're afraid he'll leave you or not be interested? Yeah, he already knows that he's leaving or driving away or leaving. Yes, he already knows that. So yes, you are right in that hunch that you have. I don't know the story. I'd have to do a read on it, okay? If it's worth your while, you can book a tarot for 25. If not, there's your answer. Okay, let's see. If you're being filtered, there's a reason. if it's medical. So I don't filter anything, but the only thing I do have filtered are questions regarding safety and the body. So I don't do anything medical. So if it's medical, anything with mental health or medical or something like that, I won't be able to answer it because of the policies. But other than that, I don't. You could try to put it down, and I'll tell you if I can. You could put one word of what it's about, if you want. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's the gnarly question, huh? Okay, we'll try it. Go ahead. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. Definitely. Okay. Gabby, right? Will you see Anthony today? Okay, so you okay? I see. You have a crush on Anthony. I got you. Okay. I mean, I see you guys working out, so yeah, yeah. I see you getting gaining and holding his attention. So, if that's your worry, yes, I do see you guys together. All right. It's about a video. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Yeah, you could put it in parts. I'll see if I can answer it. Let's see. Evelyn, did you inherit half of your parents' house? Okay. So half means there has to be a probate. I mean, your name says Dubai. So the laws in Dubai are different. So you have to ask an attorney. But if you have a case, I can definitely do a read on it, because that's something that I do very much is readings on. It's called legal spiritual, and it's with unraveling cases. Okay, usually I do a lot of high-end divorces and regular divorces too, and custody, a lot of custody battles and things is something that I have years of experience with. But I've done all kinds of cases. When you are questioning half and half of properties and stuff like that, that's something that has to be, if there's no will or there was a will, and all the paperwork regarding the home as well, the deed and the way things are done, if there's a revocable living trust and so forth. Okay, so that would be a probate case, and you have to go to an attorney for that. All right, if you have a case, then I can do a read on the case if you are represented by counsel already. Okay, and I can read into it. Okay, because there's so many twists and turns to those kinds of cases. All right, Lizzie, will DG file for divorce or will he work marriage out? Okay, if he did file already and you haven't been served, that's important. That obviously, I'm going to look into his energy of what he feels. So I do see a person throwing something over into water, and there's no water where he's doing it. It's like a bin. Kind of like one of those. It reminds me of one of those trailers, the small ones in the garage kind of thing, and they're just taking and packing and taking things, sorting them, but he kind of envisions that he could just throw it in water and it would leave, indicating that this is a person that, it's a metaphor, okay, but it's indicating that this person wants to start a new beginning. So the answer that I have for you is not determinate, because these are increasing feelings. So he does want to leave. That means for me to really give you, I guess, okay, so if I have, okay, let me give you a clear answer right now, and then I'll tell you the other part. I would say he does want to leave. I would say that it's already in the end. of the marriage. It's practically already ended. So yes. Is it reconcilable before it's done permanently? That's where I would have to do a reading and all of that. If you don't want to bother with any of that, it's not worth your while to look into his emotions or anything like that, then don't bother. And that's it. Okay, that's the answer that I have for you. Okay, Helen, is Ari in love with you? Okay. No, this is I see an issue where he's got a difficult past. I see issues that he's had, especially with his mother. Maybe he's someone who has turned to maybe working out or at least some kind of athletic sport or something. I think part of him kind of doesn't know how to go about a healthy relationship. But I think it's also something that there's a detachment there, and it comes from his background, his background. How do you, Lizzie's asking, how do I do a reading? You mean, how do you do a reading? You mean like if I teach how to do readings? Or you're asking, you mean a reading with me? Anyway, I'll answer both. If you want me to teach, I coach a lot of things. You could book it in my shop. And if you want a reading with me, you can book it in my shop. And what I do is I log off here and I meet you on YT, which I can't say the whole word because I'm tired of the censorship on this. I cannot do a full reading and relax and talk on this place. It's ridiculous, especially in next month when they start and the whole thing that's happening. I mentioned to someone something about the letter, the PLATFORMS, because if you say it, it flags it. If you spell it, it doesn't, at least so far. And I got a thing on there. I don't want to say the VIOL, just because of mentioning that other place. It's ridiculous. So I'll meet you on there immediately and do your read, okay? I do them right. I fulfill them right when they're ordered. And my tarot's 25. All right, let's see. So this one is for Sally, Gemini. Is Liam what? It moved it. Hang on. Is Liam doing okay? So I don't answer safety questions. Just get to what you're trying to find out. Did he get the job? Did he not get the job? Whatever he, I can do, there are all kinds of readings that I do. So for example, on Liam, so the energy that I see that's happening is that this is a person that's trying to sort out a connection that's in his life that he's trying to nourish. It seems familial, so maybe the mother. This is the energy that's coming in. So again, I don't need to know about a person to give messages on them. I don't need any of that. But I did that to prove a point. Whether you understand it or not, this is very important in his life. But what I'm saying is when I'm doing the speed reads, I would like a clear question. When I'm doing readings, the kinds that people book, I don't want information. It's my job to give you information. You're paying me to give you a reading. Authentic psychics don't need jack shit. They're supposed to give you information. You're just supposed to say, I want a reading on the job. That's it. Or I want a reading on this person. That's it. Shut up. Don't say anything else. But when it's yes and no, hell no. Give me a goddamn serious, clear question and I will answer you. Not, is he going to do that thing in that place that one time? It's like, what? No, I'm not playing those games. Okay. Rachel, will you find love this year? Okay. No. You're not noticed. And you also have, sometimes your eye on someone as well. There's some probably someone in the picture already, but semi, but no, not what you're thinking, not what you're thinking, not this year. Sometimes you could be your own obstacle. I don't know the story. I haven't done a read on it, but it could be what you're doing or not doing. All right. Parish, is it over with? No one has that name. Come on. That's very, no, cute. All right, Azura, does Santiago have feelings for you? No. They hate what they do for a living. They have a lot of problems with money and stuff, but I know you're not asking about any of that. I get it, but no. Well, there's a bitterness to this person, and they're not in any kind of position to put you as a priority. All right. Oh, Dominic. Okay. Parish, is it over with you and Dominic? Okay. I'm wondering, I'm not asking you, it's rhetorical, something that I'm feeling here. If there's a presence of a child, maybe a little boy, maybe it's something with his family or something like that, but no, there's a focus and an energy on something else. I'm not saying no, there's no interest, but when people are asking a very specific question, it's because they're interested in that person, in the investment that they're going to get back. If this something is not 100%, I'm going to let you know. It doesn't mean give up, but it also means put a control on how much you're putting into that person if they're not going to give it back. Don't waste 6 months of your life trying to chase somebody that's just not, you know what I mean? They got to give it back too. When somebody's not feeling it back, try a little bit more, and if not, it's not worth your time, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, no, his focus are on his issues, his demands, and the things that he has going on in his life. All right, so I'm going to focus. So Jason, you keep trying to ask a question. So I saw that you said you're trying to remain calm. All right, I'll go ahead. I'll wait for it. Go ahead and put your pieces of your question down. All right. So, okay, Jason, Shaylin, is she still in love with Eric? Okay, so you're in love with Shaylin, but Shaylin seems to be in love with Eric, so you're trying to... Okay, I understand. It seems like she is. Her behavior also is very not the same she showed you. So yeah, it seems like she is into him a lot. I'm sorry about that. You can see the things, the way her behavior is displayed is not the same with you. So she's showing other sides, and that also indicates that. So, all right, let's see. Vanilla Leilua is asking, is your question showing? Let me find it. It must have, because someone said yes to you, but I don't see it. Okay, I see it now. Vanilla, will Hector ever stop obsessing over you? Yeah, I'm not eligible to answer that. I'm sorry. It's a safety question. So you're saying obsession and that can lead to safety. That's a psychological question. That's something you would ask a psychologist, because to say that someone is obsessing over someone in the way you're using it is safety clinical. Okay? All right. Unless you want to clean it up and ask a direct question. All right, Christy, is Tony who he says he is? All right. So I have an answer for you, but I'm going to tell you the way you're asking it is like if a person is trying to ask if they are being catfished. Because when you speak to spirits, they are very literal. If so if you're asking a question that says, is he who he says he is? That means he's saying he's not who he is. So it's literal. That means he's saying he's rich when he's poor, or he is, you get the picture. So the answer that I'm getting has nothing to do with the question. So that means that the question you're asking is not what you mean. So if you are trusting in what he's telling you, the answer is part of it is genuine. All right? You're going to be vague. I'll be vague right back. All right, Winnie, will Emmanuel reconcile with you romantically? Okay. I mean, to him, it's not about reconciling. To him, it's about not being stubborn. I'm not saying you're stubborn. I'm saying that he sees that you are. So you're asking me to read his feelings, and those are his feelings. So he wants you to change your behavior. Remember, he's a product of his parents. So when you see patterns in his family like that, he mimics them. So be mindful of who you get involved with, because what you see is what you get when it comes to him. All right, let's see. Paulette, will you meet your soulmate soon? How do you know you have one? How do you know you haven't met one already? Your soulmate already. I'm going to leave that as an astrology question, because that's the type of work that I do as an astrologer. That's my specialty. So I'm going to leave that, because that's not a yes and no. That's what you call tracking time. And that's when you look into horoscopes. And then to find if you have one and who they are is in your natal chart, which is natal astrology. Different branch than horoscope. So you're asking you're asking me to find who your soulmate is and then track when you're going to meet. That's deep astrology stuff. You want that? You can book it or keep scrolling. All right, that's what I got. Okay, let's see. Rach, will you marry after you get your PhD? That's an astrology question. You haven't gotten your PhD yet. First, you have to get your PhD, and then you have to then look at the timeline after that. You can't cheat life. The kinds of questions that you're asking, it means you have no concept of how divination works. I'm sorry to sound rude, but you're getting a PhD in your field. Well, I'm an expert in mine. And the way that you work through timelines is not like that. So precognition doesn't work that way, which is a psychic ability that looks into the future. If not, readings would be a way to cheat life, and that's not how to use spirituality. That's not how it works. So you have to accomplish the PhD first, and when you're finished, and you have it in your hand on a frame, then you look into your love life for a 6-month period, 8-month period, or a year. You can do a year reading on your love life. And then we can talk about what's going on. Now, marriage itself has its own way of who and when and what the dangers are and everything, milestones, all of that is in the natal chart, but it's very vague. You want specifics: who, when, where, and that gets into deep astrology. Again, I can do those readings, but the way that you're asking with open divination, it doesn't work that way. Okay, Jason. Is Shaolin meeting up with... Okay, whoa, what? Okay, you have another question? All right. Okay, you and Shaylin. Okay, you're the one in love with Shaylin. All right, I got you. Meeting up with Eric. So wait a minute. You just asked me if she was in love with him, right? But then now you want to know, and I told you, yes, she's head over heels. And now you want to know if they're meeting up? Come on. Really? Okay. And I just told you that she's madly in love with him, that she's doing things with him that she hasn't done with you. So what does that tell you? I'm not trying to be cynical, Jason, but come on. You know? Yeah. You got to realize something too with the fidelity question that you're asking. If she's in love with him, but she hasn't gone over to the bakery with him, who gives a shit? It's in here, isn't it? Isn't she checking out? Isn't she checked out and checked into something else? So isn't that what matters? So you're either going to find out, either connect with her and get to the bottom of it. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to talk hard to you. I realize you're not all right. But, you know, if something is very serious to you, then book a reading with me. I'm not trying to push a reading on anybody. I don't care. I don't sit here going, buy a reading. I don't give a shit. You want a reading? You got one. I'm sorry. It's true. But if you want me to do my job and look into what she's feeling and what's going on, then I need to perform, the reading with my tools. You're not going to sit here with a free and no. So if you're hungry, I'm giving you a cheese cube. You can order a main course. It's up to you. All right? That's all I'm trying to tell you. I cannot read her mind on a yes and no. But I already told you the nitty gritty. She's into someone in her fantasy land. So whether they are going to the bakery or not, she's already there. No, you're not delusional. No, so you like him. Ooh, you like him. Zoe, you like Jason. Okay, you're not delusional. Okay, let's see if Jason likes you back. So Pisces men, they'll play with your head. Oh, they'll play with your head so bad. So be careful, Libra. All right, let me find out if Jason likes you back. I don't understand what I'm looking at, so one moment, please. Let me clear the energy. Hang on 1 second. Inside joke, okay. And I see the same thing. Do you people have... I see him sitting at a desk. And I don't understand why he's sitting at a desk. So I don't know if he works with you. But this might be the way that you stare at him. because, or unless that's a photo that you stare at with him sitting at a desk. I don't understand. I don't know. But I don't think he knows. He's not into it. This must be very new, because I don't see that he's noticing. But even if he does, he'll play it off. So that means that it's not too deep. That means it's just a beginning thing. I don't think it's clicked yet, you know? So that means keep trying. I don't know what else to tell you without a reading. All right? But I would say keep trying. I don't see anything negative. You know? If that makes sense. So that was for Zoe. I like your energy. Well, we have a lot of interesting things going on. Remember, Venus went into Leo yesterday, you guys. You can't forget that. So you got to look at the Leo part of your chart. Okay? And then there's an interesting activity with Mars in Libra. So you're going to be actually doing what you love. So you're going to be pursuing some of the things that you love. Now, every sign is going to do different things. You got to look at where your things are in your chart. But generally, the Venus, changing signs is a big deal. It's in Leo. And Leo rules the heart. So there's going to be a lot of like lucky things, sometimes like good news at work, or themes like getting compliments, maybe getting recognition, maybe doing more things at home that you love. Maybe it's cooking, baking. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of interesting things going on right now. Okay, you see, the thing is, I haven't responded to him because he is someone else, with someone else. I got what you're saying. Okay, so listen to the question. You don't want to go there. Okay, you already did. Okay, you already did. You are infatuated with a committed man. Okay? So you come into the stream and you ask, is he feeling the connection, right? And I see him at a desk and I typing away whatever it is that he's doing. And I say to you, it seems detached. I mean, I guess keep trying. Pisces in general can mess with your head, but it seems like this is very early because I just don't see the investment back. Okay, makes sense. There is no connection back because he's involved with someone else, but I'm not going to see that unless I do a reading. That's why I said to, but I did answer your question right where you wanted. Is he feeling it back? No, but keep trying. If you're going to keep trying and he's committed, then you're a homewrecker. That's not good with your karma. I mean, at the end of the day, the decision is yours. Everybody has their own path. But, you're not going to get a good karma in your love if you break up a relationship. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It can come back to haunt you, and you wouldn't want that, and the karma is very strong. So because it's not like that, so it just means that you need to focus on, if you're crushing on someone taken and you're single, it can be sometimes your hormones or something that's the person that you visually liked. And since you stare at them or like them or work with them, they became like the crush because your eyes met at a time, But if you change that focus and you start to look at visually and you put that energy into eligible bachelors, your focus will shift and you'll find that you'll slowly transition yourself to focus on people that are eligible for you. So look at people, guys that look handsome, or maybe like, visually dart your eyes into, other eye candy and you're going to see that you detox from that, because it's not healthy, sweetheart, to go that way. The more you stare at it and look, the more your hormones and your energy is going to go into that. You had no feelings for him until you felt him in your energy one day. Yeah, I mean, no matter what. But you could, it's almost like if you tell me that you want to stay away from like drinking and, let's say, sugar. and you get near the cake and the bottle of liquor, you know damn well that's not good for you. So the more you dance around it and move the bottle of liquor and move the cake and say you're not going to eat it, you're going to devour all of it. And then, you see what I'm saying? And then it grabs you, and the next thing you know, you are, yeah. Well, at the end of the day, sweetie, it's your choice. All right. Let's see. Golden Child, is Fred the guy for D? Are you asking about yourself? A lot of people ask about the third person, but there's also sometimes third-party questions. Yeah, you're just allowing yourself a crush on a man that has a commitment. And you have the choice in your hands to go down the addiction path or do something healthy for your future. That's all, sweetheart. That's what it boils down to, is your choice. All right. Jacqueline, will Jonna be contacting you? Like a business meeting? You mean, is it a love question that you're asking? It's so technical and detached. All right. Let's see. All right. Hang on one second, guys. Will Brittany and you get back together, by Raul? Brittany. Oh. Well, I see someone coming back into your life from your past romantically. I know that's not what you asked, but that's what I see. So if Brittany has lighter colored hair, I don't know, but this person is dark brunette. Okay. All right, Channel, will you speak to, if you want to put, his sign, that would be better. All right, sweetheart. Lizzie, give me 1 second, Lizzie. Let me pull it up a minute. Okay, I see it here. Let me meet you on YT. I can't say the name, but you know where it is, right? I'll meet you on there, okay? I'm going to sign off. All right, guys, I'm going to go do her reading, Lizzie. Wait, I want to make sure. Okay, I'll meet you on there. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll be back.